For most people in St. Augustine, the Martin Luther King March has been a peaceful way to celebrate the holiday for more than 30 years. But for Betty Stirrup, it brings up memories, both good and bad.
We had nonviolent protests, no matter what people, if they said something to you was harsh or mean or whatever, you wasn't supposed to say anything back. You just keep quiet and march.
But that didn't stop the violence.
June 25th, the most serious rioting of the whole St. Augustine disorder occurred. Soon violence erupted at St. Augustine Beach as a group of whites attacked about 75 integrationists during a wait-in demonstration.
It got so bad they were shooting in people's houses. You couldn't even have church. Like on a Sunday evening, all that was stopped. You couldn't go to church.
Thomas Jackson is a St. Augustine native who uses his experiences from marches in the 60s to organize the annual Martin Luther King March today.
And I just remember in particular one march where we were marching downtown, and we had heard that there was quite a few instigators at the slave market. On the way down there, the line stopped, and we stopped forever. It seemed like we were just standing there for probably about 30 minutes. And we wasn't sure exactly what happened until later on I found out that that's when Andrew Young was up in the front of the march and he had gotten beat up.
Jackson says that the violence against Andrew Young and other key leaders influenced the changes that were made for civil rights. Mark Hulsbeck co-produced a documentary about the civil rights movement in St. Augustine.
For almost 40 years, everybody in St. Augustine completely ignored the history of civil rights in St. Augustine. The city was kind of embarrassed and they kind of tried to sweep all that stuff under the carpet. And only now, because of the efforts of a few people, have these things been brought back to the public attention.
The St. Augustine foot soldiers made great sacrifices in the fight for civil rights. Now, the community remembers their efforts with monuments like this one. Because of what they went through, those who marched in the past are working hard to raise awareness for the next generation.
I try to make sure, I instill that, in my grandchildren or my great-grand, what we went through, for them to enjoy things and the opportunities they have that I didn't have.
I like to say that, history is what it is. I mean, we really can't change it. We don't want to try to bend it to our own understanding, even though some people like history to be the way they think it ought to be. But it is what it is, and all we can do is just to make the most of it and try to do what we can to make the life a better place for all of us.
For Ancient City Stories, I'm Susan Boswell.